somewhere around 520 pounds of man meat in the front seat of a Toyota Scion. This is a different type of a sport here. Not only is it the jiu-jitsu, but there's also got to be some fight in the competitor. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a crime in progress. This is what it looks like if you get attacked in your car by a guy that trains jiu-jitsu. Again, this is what a murder looks like in progress right here. Sweating profusely. It's hot as hell inside the car. I'll tell you, Mark, this sport is really evolving.
Look at that.
Lots of heavy breathing inside the car. There's not much relief in the back seat. And that's a big, big man to have smashed you for 3 minutes. Got the seatbelt all the way around the throat, and this is a tough, tough situation. As we get in the later rounds, we're going to see how far they're willing to go to get the win. Chambers out of the seatbelt more quickly. We're going to see Jonathan Chambers escaping out the passenger side window. This is something we've seen from him a lot at CarJitsu Championship. He's very unconventional. Oh! And immediately Jonathan Chambers transitions to the back, and the Mexicutioner is in deep shit.
I've got nothing but winners around me. So we've got 2 winners from the first matches, John Chambers, Jeff Allen. So you guys are going to compete. Jeff, I'm going to have you hold the mic. John, I'm going to have you call it in the air. Heads, tails? Go ahead.
Tails.
Tails. And it is heads. So, Jeff, you have your choice. Where would you like to start?
Driver's seat.
Driver's seat. Go ahead and get in there real quick. Check it out. John, now I'm kind of assuming you didn't, but I got to ask, were you thinking ahead? Actually, knowing you probably were. Were you watching like his match knowing that that's who you're going to fight next, and did you get anything from that?
Yeah, I was watching all the matches last night. I didn't know who I was going to be against next, but just kind of studying everyone. Okay. Did you feel like you got some good stuff on him? I got some knowledge. We're going to find out. He looks tough. Yeah. Okay. You're not going to share it right now, are you? Oh, no. Okay, but you got a couple things up your sleeve? Absolutely. All right, man. All right, good luck. Get in there. Jeff, come on out here. All right, Jeff. So nobody did anything funny with the car since earlier? Nope. Okay. All right. You got your feet wet, right, for the first time. Tell me, did you learn something in there that you weren't, you didn't know going in that you think is going to help you now?
Yeah, not to get tired.
Not to get tired?
Yeah,
so
take my time.
Okay, so you're just going to try to be a little bit more relaxed?
Yep.
It's natural to go in there and think that your life is in danger and your adrenaline gets pumping and you're all tight, and so you're going to try to combat that.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, I can see you're doing it right now. It's a good demeanor. Get in there, bud. Good luck.
The competitors begin seated with safety belts fastened. When the match starts, they unbuckle and engage, using any part of the vehicle to their advantage. Points may be awarded during the match, but have no bearing on the outcome. It takes a submission to win the round at CarJitsu Championship. If the bout is even after 2 rounds, we go to a 3rd round and possibly sudden death to decide a winner. All right, here we are. It's the first semifinal match of the 2004 CarJitsu Championship Grand Prix. We've got Jeff Allen in the driver's seat and the veteran John Chambers in the passenger seat. Let's listen in. And we're off. And right away, Chambers is out of the passenger seat. He goes for the shoulder strap on the driver's side, and he's going to try to put that right around the carotid of Jeff Allen. Now, Jeff's using a lot of head pressure here, but he's fishing for the legs, and now he realizes he's in a little bit of a pinch here. Okay, now Jonathan Chambers is going to slide his right knee over here and try to sit down and grab mount. We're going to watch his big fat ass as he honks the horn here. John's a little bit overweight. Oh, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you know John came in at the top of the weight division. Now, Jonathan is going to go ahead and rape choke here with this seatbelt. And Jeff Allen is starting to question just a handful of his life decisions. But Jeff is a beast. And Jeff right now is looking for any way out. And he does it. Jeff's out. He uses some sort of weird sorcery, but he's still stuck in the shoulder strap on the driver's side. Now, even the mustache can't save you now. It looks like he's going to go into the back seat here, and he's going to knee him in the face. That's nasty. We've got 2 minutes left, and John Chambers takes the round. Good job, Johnny.
Which side?
Wow. Okay, here at CarJitsu Championship, there is no break between rounds. So what that means is they're going to have just enough time to switch to the opposite seat, buckle up, and restart. This is a 2-round scheduled fight, and if there is no clear winner after 2 rounds, we will go to a third. Okay, and in the second round, Jeff Allen learned from his mistakes. He's now on top, head pressure, and pressing Jonathan Chambers, and it looks like he's trying to get him into the back seat. Yeah, he's using the head here. Oh, that's nasty. Good job, Jeff. Now, this is what CarJitsu Championships is about. A little bit of an accidental eye poke moves Jeff up to the top of the head, but there was a lot of forehead pressure right on the jaw, and has some nasty stuff. So now we've got Jeff is in mount almost. He's using the wire tendrils on the back of the seat. Oh, and he's trying a can opener here. John's calling for help, but nobody gives a shit. A little bit of a cut here. A little bit of a cut here on the forehead of Jeff. Listen to the breathing. These guys are going absolutely nuts.
Reset.
And Jeff didn't have anything there, so he's going to just reach over, touch the floor, and reset. Okay, the paramedic is coming up near the car. He's going to just take a quick look at that cut. And I can tell you from here, that's not a bad enough cut to get Jeff Allen out of that car. Just 2 minutes remaining in round 2. Jeff Allen needs to make something happen here. Okay, Jonathan Chambers reaches across and grabs the shoulder strap in the passenger seat before freeing himself. And now he's using some hockey tactics. Those are not allowed here. You can't pull the jersey over his head. And while he's not looking, it looks like Jeff's going to chase him out the window here. Now, Jeff's got to be real careful because at CarJitsu Championship, there are no ankle locks or leg locks allowed. And what that means is John Chambers will now sit on the driver's side door and wait until the clock runs down, and he'll take the win. Or Jeff can come outside and get choked. Oh, or we can take a tumble outside of the car. And as you can see, there's 2.5 inches of padded EVA foam, but that still smarts when two 200-pound big boys go head first onto the foam. And we're off. Same tactics by John Chambers, but this time Jeff's ready, and Jeff now in top position, and we go right back to the escape position. Now, if I'm John Chambers, this is a little bit of a boring fight, but it is a tournament, and this is Grand Prix. He might fight 5-6 times, and so maybe this is an opportunity for him to just sort of save a little bit of that cardio.
Reset. Hit the ground.
Okay, you can see there John Chambers tried to grab that arm bar at the last second just to keep from being reset, but anybody that trains knows that that was some BS, John. That was not an arm bar. Okay, 1 minute left in round 2. A lot of pressure on Jeff Allen. He needs something to happen. Jeff Allen has 58 seconds to finish this round and force the third round. Otherwise, this fight's over. And John Chambers finally gets the throat. Here we go. John's got the seatbelt. He's got the hangman's noose. All he's got to do is hammer down. This might be the end of the fight here. Jeff is in trouble, and there's the tap. Jonathan Chambers with one of the most aggressive seatbelt chokes we've seen in years. Wow. And just like that, Jonathan Chambers moves forward to the final round of the winner's bracket. Jeff Allen will make his way to the loser's bracket. Let's listen in.
Well, that was a fun match.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling? Did I take a lot out of you?
Yeah, he's tough. He's strong.
Yeah. It's funny, he told me about his strategy, and I saw that in the first round. As soon as I went to the second round, it seemed like that went out the window, and he just exploded. But you obviously, again, you're very well aware. You're very, you think things through ahead of time. So talk me through the first.
So most of my matches, I'm trying to get the first round sub.
Right.
Then I'm trying to stall for time to the second round.
Yep.
I'm going to ride the rules out as much as I can. I like to open the door, give myself an escape option if I feel I'm in danger. He was really smart. He used my reset for me.
Right.
And I wasn't ready for that, and then he just kept turning up on me.
Yeah.
But I realized really quick after that second round, he gassed himself. So I just had to be faster. I had to get on top of him and just keep his pressure off of me, make him fight against me.
And you go out the window, that's, again, giving you a little bit of breathing room. He has to come into your world, possibly, exposing himself to a guillotine. Also lets you breathe a little bit out there, right?
Yeah, a lot of fresh air out there, and a lot of times people like to reach their hands up, and if you reach your hand out that window, I try to use top of the car for an arm bar.
Yep. Well, great job. Obviously, you got to recover, so go ahead and do that, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Appreciate it.
Your winner, John Chambers.
You know how in life little lucky things just happen from time to time? Like when you accidentally find a $20 bill in your mom's purse and your whole outlook on life changes. Or when you think you ate your last potato chip, but then you find one just waiting under the couch. Our sponsor, Lucky Energy, is like those happy little accidents. Why is it called Lucky Energy? Pretty simple. The founder survived a plane crash that killed 136 people, including his father. He's probably one of the luckiest people on earth. We are lucky to have Lucky as tonight's sponsor. We've got ourselves a D1 wrestler here in Vincent Bryan, and we're off. And it looks like Vincent Bryan's just going to go ahead and slide on over and take the back. He's going to fold this guy in half and try to get this guillotine. Reach over here and grab this shoulder strap. He's going to wrap it around the throat. Okay. Vincent Bryan is attacking the left arm. As you look at the hair, look down around the neck, and you'll see that Vincent Bryan is trying to kill him in the front seat. And he's in a bad spot here. And here we go, inside the car, 87 degrees. It's extremely hot. And these guys both came to win. Steven Minski's got somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 MMA fights. And Cardinal's in trouble here. Wow, it looks like he's got a noose around his neck here, pulling with everything he's got. All 215 of his pounds are out the window. And this round is over. Wow! What a round. Holy smokes.
We got another match of winners. In fact, we got two undefeated competitors. We got Steve Minski, Vincent Bryan. This is going to be a great match. I'm looking forward to it. Minski, I'm going to have you hold the microphone.
Absolutely.
And Vincent, I want you to call it in the air. Heads, tails. Go ahead.
Heads. Heads,
and it is tails. So, Steve, you get your choice. Where would you like to sit first?
Take the driver.
Driver's seat
Yes,
again.
sir.
All right, we'll go in there. This will give you time to check out that seat, make sure it's working correctly. Okay. All right, Vincent. So obviously you haven't lost, and you've looked pretty dominant in your matches. But Steve's undefeated as well. So tell me how you feeling about this one. Did you watch any of his matches?
I saw one of his matches, but I have tunnel vision. I really think that I'm going to be the champ, and I have nothing but respect for my opponent, but I just can't see myself losing.
Right on. So has that carried over from the other sports like wrestling and MMA, and that's what has helped you develop that mindset?
It definitely has. I was undefeated my last 2 years of wrestling, and I just got used to that. But I compete with people that do beat me in the training room, so I'm used to losing, but I really hate it. So I think this will be a good match, and I'm just excited to get in there.
Right on, right on. So tell me this. I mean, it seems like you're pretty focused. Are you the type of guy that if you're getting subbed, are you just going to pass out, or are you going to tap?
I'll pass out. I mean, if my arm's about to break, that's one thing. But I think I have a good read on my body if I'm and what I can take. So, and yeah, if he gets the seatbelt around my neck, I'll let him choke me out.
Before I commit you to doing that, just know this is a double elimination tournament, right? So it's not all is lost. So if you do get an L, you're still in it. So I'm just right, because if you get choked out,
I don't plan on losing.
Okay, right, right on, man. Well, that's the attitude to have. Get in there and good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Steve. All right, so Steve, that car, I don't remember if we really addressed that, but in your last match, tell me what happened. Not this one earlier, but your match, was it against Cardio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What happened with the seat?
Well, I went to get in because I picked driver's seat, and sure enough, seat wouldn't move. And then this yesterday.
And why is that more of an issue for you and maybe Mike in that situation?
Well, he's a big dude, and when you got someone like that coming at you like a bull, I need to get out that seat quick. And if I'm pushed up against the dash, that kind of eliminates my movement and being able to get out of my seat.
So your plan was to move the seat back. It did move back. And so then you were, again, had that same strategy earlier in your first match, right?
Yep.
And what happened?
Sure enough, I go check out that seat, and that seat is basically just stuck again, and I got in another bad position. So I was just like, okay, we got to make it work. Well, so we make it happens.
Yes, I mean you overcame it, no problem. But you did get in there and you fixed it for us, right?
Yes, sir.
You want to tell us how you did that?
Well, There's a little here and there fixed. Put it in and it fixes it.
Okay.
Might have to sabotage the next one for the other guy.
Okay, but you checked it out. It's working now again?
Absolutely.
Because you told me after you fix it, it might not last for too many matches, right?
Nope. It's going to come back undone soon.
Okay. Okay. Well, maybe it'll be this match, but hopefully not. Thank you for fixing it for us. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get there. Let's do it.
Very excited about this match. Steven Minski behind the steering wheel, rather. Vincent Bryan in the passenger seat. This is a classic battle of brawler versus wrestler. And we're off. Okay, Minski reaches across to grab the shoulder strap. This is a move we've seen a lot of folks use, but it looks like Bryan was ready. Bryan feels pretty comfortable shoulder to shoulder here, but he doesn't want to give his back to Minski, so he's going to go ahead and take it out the passenger side window. Okay, Minski's going to go ahead and... I think he's going to... Minski has a proficiency in the back seat. It's easy for me to say. He gets in the back seat. He likes to put the seatbelt around the neck or around the legs and just sort of squeeze. I don't know that that's going to work with Vincent Bryan, but if I were Bryan, I might go ahead and lay that seat down now and just eliminate this altogether. Bryan just hit his chin on the top of the car there. I don't know how much of a factor that is, but definitely would end the match for a lot of people. All right, he's going to lock up the left arm, try to get the Kimura, and it looks like he's got that seatbelt right up in between his U-nose. And so he's kind of controlled here by Minski. And I don't know if it's wrapped around or just kind of flossing, but it looks like he's really controlling him with that uteral seatbelt choke. And now we've got like a hand fight. This looks like something I'd see on World Star. I wish they'd use some jiu-jitsu. Okay, here we go. Vincent Bryan is going to... Okay, Minski reaches down, touches the ground, and forces the reset. And now you can look here at the seatbelt. You can see how this seatbelt is wrapped all around the hips and groin and legs and ankles of Vincent Bryan. And good work by Minski, but you're going to have to get the finish when you're in such a dominant position here. This telltale sign here. Vincent Bryan looks very fresh. Steven Minski taking his sweet time with that seatbelt. And here we go. He's going to use the same tactic. Vincent's going to use the same exact escape, and so we're in the same position, only this time I would imagine Minski's going to go for mount. And back out the window we go. This is the CarJitsu Grand Prix double elimination single night invitational tournament. And these guys may have another 4 or 5 fights yet today in this tournament. So running out the window and hand fighting outside and using your abs to stay elevated, this is not the smartest strategy for a tournament. Okay, Minski's in trouble here. Bryan is really reaching for that right arm, that left arm rather. He wants that left arm, and he can see that it's susceptible. But it looks like these guys are probably facing a reset very soon. Okay, we got some Spider-Man shit going on here. Vincent Bryan, he's going to jump in here and try to finish this first round. He needs the submission. Oh, and Minski reaches out with his right foot, touches the ball of his foot ever so gently to the concrete. And we're back in starting position. For those of you that didn't see it, it was Vincent Bryan wrapped the seatbelt around the back of Steven Minski's head, used it for leverage while he tiptoed around the outside of the car. That's some Peter Pan type stuff. And look at Minski. He's a gamer. He's taking every extra second he can to breathe. Okay, Minski's going to use that same strategy again, and this time he's going to use it all the way to mount, and back out the window we go. Folks, what you're seeing here, this is what a murder looks like in progress. No one to help. Just two men in a car, mano a mano, until someone is put to sleep, and that's going to be the end of the first round. For those of you who train jiu-jitsu, CarJitsu Championship is the future. It's real. You can see where there's real-world application here. For those of you who don't train jiu-jitsu, it's probably becoming pretty obvious to you how susceptible you are to all of these middle-aged white dudes. All right, we're going to get Minski back in. He's going to take his time again. Look at him sucking wind. Mouthpiece hanging out. He's going to pretend like he's got to pull his pants up here. An extra couple of little moves. He's just really breathing. This dude is exhausted. But he will still fight. He's got 15 or 20 cage fights. This is his third time at CarJitsu. We're going to watch him go out on his shield or pull off something great. Same strategy from the other side. This time Vincent Bryan's going to use the seatbelt as a shield. Steven Minski honking the horn with his tramp stamp. And he doesn't care if that bothers us at all. He's just going to sit right here and give up this Kimura. Okay, Vincent Bryan doesn't like the horn at all. He is far less horny than Minski. And here we go over into the passenger side, and I'll bet we're going to go right back out the window in one of the most strategic yet boring fights of the tournament so far. Minski's got a little bit of good fortune here. He's got the driver's side shoulder strap. Now something's happening with the passenger side shoulder strap. It's now extended and laying outside of the car. We have 2 minutes left. Inside the car, 87 degrees. There's no relief. There's no breeze. The only relief is out the window. And that's where Vincent Bryan has spent most of the match. He's working for something. I'm not sure what he's working for, but he's concentrating an awful lot on the neck here, the throat of Minski. He's huddled over. It's hard to see. Looks like the shoulder strap is in play. It looks like Minski's in a bad spot down there, but it's very difficult. Steven Minski is hard to kill, and he pops out. Now Minski's on top. And Minski's going to come out. Look at the pores on Steven Minski's face. It's just the skin care this guy must subject himself to. Most of his camp must be hair and makeup. All right, now you can see Steven Minski now a little bit worse for wear. This is a pretty grueling pace. Fantastic fight. Wonderful CarJitsu match. But the pace is incredible. Vincent Bryan sucking wind here. Steven Minski still not over to the passenger side. And here you have two wonderful, fantastic athletes, super competitive dudes, and right now each one of them is doing everything they can to take every extra breath.
My bad.
Okay, looks like Vincent Bryan just broke the seat, and Steven Minski, who works on cars for a living, is letting them know what tools they'll need later to fix the seat.
Somebody cut their foot on that right there.
All right, something crazy going on with the car here. We're going to have a little bit of a repair, and I'm not really sure what's happened, but it looked like Vincent Bryan was about to get in, and the seat maybe came off of its track, something to that effect. Okay, I think they're going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to take a break now, and when we return, the rest of our second semifinal matchup. All right, and we're back. 1 minute left in round two. Vincent Bryan versus Steven Minski. The semifinal of the winner's bracket. CarJitsu Grand Prix. 1 minute left. It's anybody's match. Whoever pulls a submission in this round will win the match. If no one submits, we will go to the third round in the back seat. Right now, Steven Minski's looking good. He's attacking for the first time in the match. And he's in a very favorable position here. He's almost got mount on Vince Bryant. Almost. Oh, okay, now Vince is out, and inevitably Vince is going to probably open the door here and force a restart because he's in a bad spot. Oh, no, Vince is going to take that arm. Okay, Vince is a little horny here. And here we go. Now Vince is going to slide through here, try to get to the back of Steven Minski, and Steven senses that and retreats. And now we're back to hand fighting in the front seat. And that's going to be round 2. So we're going to move to the third round. And these two gentlemen, and I use that term loosely, these two gentlemen will be in the back seat. They won't be buckled in. This is going to be a 3-minute round. And if there is no submission at the end of this round, then the first point scored under IBJJF rules will win the match. Now, this has been a grueling 6.5 minutes so far, and all of the rest of the Grand Prix competitors are just a few feet away watching, and they're very happy that our number 1 seed is having a 9 or 10 minute battle here. All right, now this car has taken a beating, but this 2017 Toyota Scion is holding up, folks. And here we go. This time it's Vincent Bryan, immediately shoots to the back, and he's going to wrap up that left arm. Now what you're going to count on here is this is going to be an all-out battle for who will be on top. When we're in the back seat at CarJitsu, there is no ventilation and there is no space. And it looks like Vince Bryan is just going to go ahead and use sheer strength, and he's going to cuckold Steven Minski down into the corner here. And now Steven is probably going to have to worry about getting his hair messed up, and that's going to be very upsetting to him. So he's going to explode here and try to get on top. All right, now Vince is going to use his knee as a shield here, try to smash Minski into the quarter panel. Now, I probably would take that seat and push that seat forward if I were Minski. There's a lot of room available there if he just reaches through and risks that right arm for just a moment. Vince Bryan working hard. He's on top momentarily, it seems. Working hard to pull that seat belt. That safety lock is difficult for these guys. You got to pull very slowly. If you pull it quickly, it locks. And I think that's what's happening here with Vince. And he's now got it. Now Minski's going to try for the restart. Reset. And he gets it. All right, Steven Minski found himself in the weeds. We've got a minute 40 left in the third round, and either one of these men can win the match and move to the final with a submission. All right, this time Minski's on top. And you can hear the car cracking and popping. I'm assuming it's the car. All right, we're going to do a bulldog choke here. Steven Minski's making his way back to the front. And some of his titty meat is on the horn now. Steven Minski is absolutely exhausted. He just made some of these throw-up noises that you make. I heard him do that as we come into the front. All right, we've got a good position. Reset. Oh, I tell you, that shows you what a gamer Steven Minski is, because he was almost finished. That rear naked choke was happening. He's going to slide over and touch the mat. And it looks like Minski may be withdrawing. No, he's going to take the long way to the other side of the car. Keep in mind, in 3 seconds, he could have been in the back seat, but he's going to take this extra 12 seconds to breathe. This is how diabolical Steven Minski is. This looks like a very awkward Tinder date, or one that went well. And we're off. Forearm to the face. Steve Minski's going to get dirty here. He's going to do whatever he can to win the match. Vincent Bryan's got wrist control on the front side, and he's using shoulder pressure to the head. His goal here is to push Minski into the quarter panel of that car and ride it out for 40 seconds. When we get to the end of the third round at CarJitsu Championship, we immediately go into sudden death, and that's where Vince Bryan is going to just immediately look for Neon Belly or Mount score a point and win the match. Admittedly, this is a match that many of us here at Pro League Network have been waiting for. This very easily could have been the final of the Grand Prix tournament, but instead, it happens for us here in the semifinals. Now, I think Steven is running out of gas, and this is a very difficult situation for a guy to be in when we're in a single night tournament. Oh, and the tap happens. Wow. Vincent Bryan. Wow. Pulls off the tap due to a neck crank with 2 seconds left in the match. And that's another submission for the 4-0 Vincent Bryan. Let's go down to the Toyota Scion and our host, Dallin Getling.
Okay. First, great job. Here you go. Now, you know you got lots of matches today, right?
Yeah.
Lots of matches, so I'm not sure what the strategy was to wait until the last 10 seconds of the match before you tapped him out. But good job, you pulled it off. Talk me through that.
I can tell when it's someone that's just very, I wasn't going to beat him with a submission until the third round.
Gotcha.
Because the third, we were talking before, I knew he was going to be conservative with his energy.
Uh-huh.
And that was also kind of my plan. But I'd rather conserve my energy on top than on bottom.
Absolutely.
And he got close to some good submissions with the seatbelt, but just being patient and being calm and just trying to think through it logically. I'm comfortable in here, minus the heat. So
right.
Yeah, the heat's pretty bad, but I mean, I feel good. I knew he was going to be tough.
Yeah.
Because he's big, he's strong, he's an MMA fighter. He's used to being in weird positions you don't typically get into.
Right.
So, yeah, but he was a great competitor, very tough. There were moments when I didn't know how I was going to go.
Yeah.
I was just trying to, I think we were both kind of at our cardio limit.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get on top and hang out.
Just so you know, I don't think anybody watching thought you were being conservative, either one of you. It was a great match. You got to talk me through. Well, first I want to hear about this, but then I'm going to have to tell you. So what happened here? We had to take a break. The console broke, and then there were some sharp pieces sticking out. But how did that happen?
Yeah, there was, it's just a lot of limbs flying around. I think the structural integrity was already a little bit messed up. And
do you know, I
think it was probably a knee. I mean, it's so hard to tell.
Yeah, okay.
Everything is kind of broken. I think it's a group effort.
But now we got to be careful because now there's an open hole here that you can get a leg or a limb in.
There is. Normally my strategy is to get my back flat on the top.
Yep.
I kind of had a hard time doing that because he was going for the seatbelt every time.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of restrained. At the end of every reset, I would have the belt wrapped around my leg or somewhere, and I have no idea how I even got there.
Right.
But I was just trying to take the pressure off of the seatbelt because he's competed a lot. I knew he would have some tricks up his sleeve, and he definitely did. I'm not quite to that level with the seatbelt yet, but I love neck cranks, and it was less of a neck crank. I mean, it was still a neck crank, but I kind of compressed him into a ball. And then I was just trying to put pressure on the back of his neck.
Was it just with your arms, or did you put your body?
I put my whole body on it.
Okay, I thought so.
I didn't know if I was going to get the submission or not, but it's so hot back there, I doubt he could breathe. And
yeah.
I was kind of going for the wait until sudden death, and I was hoping I could just
hold him and make him be uncomfortable. And
just trying to make him tired, because that's the surefire. Yeah. Everyone gets tired.
Right. Well, you got to talk to one thing though, man, because it was the coolest thing I think I've seen was this balancing act you did with the door. And just talk us through that. How did you end up in that position? Who opened the door? What were you thinking? And then you did that crazy back entry into the car. Yeah, talk us through that.
I was like, I haven't ever seen anybody stand up on this, and I was like, I don't want to squeeze through this tiny opening and right into the seatbelt, so I figured I'd have to do something a little weird. He opened it. I don't think he was trying to run out or anything. He was just wanting to have
a little more space
and to have an escape route if he needed to. And I could have put my foot down, but I saw an opportunity to do something different. You were gonna fall out?
Were you like? No,
I was good. Okay, I was good. Yeah. For a second, I was like, should I climb on top of the car? But I figured it was already uncharted territory enough as it was. But I just wanted to get some fun highlights. And I mean, overall, I just want to win. That's always my number one goal.
Well, you're focused. Obviously, you're trying to take the straightest path to this tournament win, and so far you've done it. Congratulations. I know you got another one, so let you go rest up. But congratulations, your winner, Vincent Bryan.
With Lucky Energy, you get natural flavors, zero sugar, and zero aftertaste. Just pure, clean energy. Keeps you moving. It's the boost you need to stay sharp, focused, and unstoppable, whether it's a busy day or your biggest challenge yet. Lucky Energy is here to fuel the win. Check them out today at LuckyBevCo.com. And we're off. Fletcher Estes out of the seatbelt first. And it looks like Eaglewood is in a bad situation right off the bat here. Both of these gentlemen are getting a crash course on what the combat is like inside the car. And these two guys are absolutely beating the hell out of the front seats.
A couple highly skilled athletes right here. What a way to start tonight.
Strong kid, Wesley Drain, competes a lot, trains constantly, and the fight is on right away. The seatbelt assassin grabs the seatbelt and attacks while he's still buckled in. Looks like Wesley Drain trying to lay the seat back, so he's going to transition here to an Ezekiel choke with the seatbelt. This is a tough situation. Holy smokes. I don't see how he can withstand this type of attack for another 50 seconds.
Ready for this next match. We have Wes Drain, Fletcher Estes, and Fletcher, I'm going to let you hold the mic. I want you to call it in the air, Wes.
Sure.
Heads, tails. Go ahead.
It's
heads, and it is heads.
Passenger.
You want passenger? All right, go ahead and get in there and check it out. And Fletcher, I know your first match was close. Yeah. In fact, it was so close. I gotta ask you. Is there something that you felt like if you did just this one thing different, maybe it'd have a different outcome, you would have got the W?
You know, I felt like I took a few chances where I could have let myself breathe a little bit more, could have been a little more patient at times, and just think a little bit more, be explosive here, be patient there. I had a few submission attempts that were close, but I ultimately ended up being too gassed because I had expended too much energy before.
Well, you had some like very explosive moments, right? And is that what you're talking about? Is to maybe
calm it down a little bit? Yeah, wait for the perfect opportunity.
Right.
Hit him with something surprising.
Okay, well, great. Well, and Wes had a great first match too, close match. But you both did get the L, so it's double elimination. This is it for you. How you feel going into this one?
May the best man win. I'm gonna give it everything I got. Whoever wins, wins, but it's going to be a dogfight.
Right on, man. That's a good attitude. Get in there. Good luck to you. Right. Wes? Man, Wes, you look like you're in a zone there. I had to wake you up to bring you out there. You okay?
Oh, just enjoying it. It's a comfortable little spot, man. I'm ready.
Absolutely.
I've been here for hours.
Yes, you're ready to go. In fact, you know what's very cool is a lot of people, they get a L and they freak out and they're upset. But your first thing out of your mouth, do you remember what it was?
Double elimination, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Double, because you were thinking, I'm not out of this, right?
More highlight reels, man. Come on, more matches, more opportunities to make the best thing happen out of whatever happens, I guess you would say. Yeah,
that's great. And you
could have broken that down better, but you guys know what I mean.
Absolutely. And hey, I wanted to bring up, you had said your next thing is going to be bare knuckle fighting, but between your first match and this one, someone said something about your last MMA fight, so I pulled it up. It was very impressive. That was just a few weeks ago?
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's
it was a first round. You submitted the guy, knocked him down, hit him a couple times, and that got you a title fight, right? So I assume you're pretty excited about that?
I mean, I'm pretty stoked about it. I wish the fight would have went a little bit different way. You know, it was nice, you know, to get that kind of win, but everything that everybody put forward to that match, I feel like it was a little under-delivered. So hopefully the next match will be a little bit more of a banger. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it happens the same way it happened, but no offense to my opponent, but he just wasn't in the fight, you know. I want a game opponent.
You want a different energy.
Yes, I want that, like, all right, you know, give it your all, you know, whether I finish you now or later. He
started out, man. He threw a couple good kicks.
Yeah, I mean, but he felt.
Dude,
he
you
felt
knocked him out pretty much. That's going to happen. They're not going to fight as much.
You're not wrong about that.
But you were wanting a bigger fight to challenge yourself. That's kind of the way you think, right? We're talking about the whole, you know, doing a bunch of different sports, and the saying came up: "Jack of all trades, master of none." And you pointed something out. You said that wasn't the original quote?
I mean, there's more to it than that. And I mean, I don't remember the exact quote.
I looked it up. But it says, "Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than the master of one."
Yes, that's it. And then the way I look at it, you know, you got a guy, a master woodcutter, who's sitting there cutting wood all day, but can he build a fire? Is he crafty enough to build a fire? Or, you know, you got the farmer, can they cook? You know, are they going to be able to provide for themselves? You know, so let me go out there and scrape together a little rabbit here or there, start a fire, you know, and survive and build and get better.
Have a lot of different skills to get you by.
Yes, sir.
Man, we got to have our own little moment, our deep moments with Wes Drain. And in the meantime, your opponent's waiting in there to compete against you.
Yes,
are you ready to do this?
Oh, yeah. Hours in the making.
All right, man. Well, good luck.
Thanks,
Let's do it.
All right, some deep thoughts from Wesley Drain. Wes Drain, former #1 contender here at middleweight, looking to claw his way back to that spot here today at the Grand Prix, but he's got Fletcher in his way. And we're off. Oh, and Fletcher right out of the gate, just like lightning. He's going to take the knee, slide it over, and he's looking to get mount. But Wes Drain is able to explode. He needs to pinch those legs together. Perfect. And it's just going to do a little dump here into the back seat. Now, Fletcher, very aggressive. That's the fastest we've seen him come out of his seatbelt, but just a slight miscalculation put him in a bad spot. And now it looks like Wes Drain is just almost immediately moved to the back of Fletcher Estes. Estes, if you're nasty. A few split ends. Okay, now Fletcher's starting to survive here. He's realized that if he wedges his hips in between the seats. Okay, and it looks like he's abandoned that just as I said it was a great idea. Okay, so it looks like now Fletcher is the victim of an assault, and it would be great if he would turn and get belly to belly with his competitor. But right now, he's just trying to make his way into the trunk, and that's allowed. It's just very, very hot. Right now inside the car, 89 degrees. And there's no escape. Wes Drain likes the idea of going into the trunk, so he's going to go ahead and drive Fletcher Estes as hard as he can toward that little death trap in the back. And Fletcher still looks unflustered, just in a bad position, but finding a way to frame his way out of it and kind of ease back down into the back seat. He needs to get belly to belly with Wes. He can't let Wes have his back for too much longer, or he's going to end up choked. Tries to explode. Wes is going to ride him, and he's going to go back to the front here. That's a fantastic strategy. But Wes is not going to give up that seatbelt easily. And then he abandons it. Okay, now we're in a similar spot here, only now Fletcher Estes has the opportunity to open the passenger side door and go for the restart. I don't think Wes Drain is a fan of that idea. He said, "You better not run." And Fletcher's not quite out of the woods yet. He can pull him back in here. Fletcher really wants to restart this match.
Yeah, reset.
Oh, man. For those of you watching from home, He reached all the way out and touched for the reset. Otherwise, Wes Drain was completely content to continue motorboating his butt cheeks. That was actually happening. Listen to the breathing of these two compadres. They are exhausted, and this is only their second match.
Our seats are not the same. Okay.
Okay, Wes is, as you hear, Wes is mentioning the seats are not at the same angle. Now that the seats are at the same angle, we're going to throw up some gang signs here and get down. All right, Fletcher's quick. Oh, and he got stuck. Then he hit the back of his head on the sunroof. This is chaos, and we're going crazy inside the car. It's just a scramble, and in the scramble, it looks like Wes Drain has left his neck out. Wes is going to have to keep his back at the top of the car and ride this out, or he could potentially be snuffed here. And that's going to be the end of round one. No winner. This is the CarJitsu Grand Prix, which means there are 8 competitors standing around watching right now, and every chance for one of these matches to go the distance benefits the guys in competition. Wes Drain absolutely exhausted. Fletcher Estes seemingly just a ball of energy. Oh, and Wes Drain, look at this rape choke. It's not going to work. Now Wes is in trouble. He failed to get himself out of the seatbelt. He's stuck in the driver's seat. He only has his arm strength. Oh, okay. Now he's just... I think he just broke the seatbelt in order to get across the center console. But yeah, he chose that time just to reach over and grab the shoulder strap. And that was effective for a few seconds there, but when your opponent can open the door and get out, that's a flaw. Wes Drain, same tricks where he likes to take these long breaks, catch some breath. You can tell by his ears this is not his first battle. And Wes does it again. He just reaches over. He's immediately using his arm strength to try to get the quick choke. And it's not working out, so he's going to abandon that strategy and unbuckle. He's going to pinch these knees together. Wes just needs to pinch his arms together. His elbows need to touch, and then this kid can just go right back into the passenger seat where he came from. That's going to be the best chance for Wes to win this match. Now, keep in mind, this is a 2-round scheduled match, 2 3-minute rounds. If there is no clear winner, we will go to the back seat for a third. Fletcher Estes is all over Wesley Drain. We've got 2 minutes of scheduled action left, and Wes Drain, I've seen him in a bad position many times. He is hard to kill. And you can rest assured that no matter how tough or how tired he gets or how tough it gets, this guy's going to fight till the final buzzer or until he's unconscious. So what we're looking at here is a desperate Wesley Drain trying to figure out the puzzle of how am I going to win this match. And he's up. Just like that, Wesley Drain goes from being in an absolutely horrible position to probably winning the fight with a guillotine choke. Wow. And here comes the tap with the right hand on the car. Oh, and we've got a fall. And there's the tap.
Be the guillotine.
At CarJitsu Championship, if you're in an active submission, when you fall out of the car, you must escape before the restart. And so that was a moment of desperation, but that's a tough guy move. And that's the end of the day for Fletcher Estes. Let's go down to the car and our winner, Wes Drain.
What kind of tournament is this? Double elimination?
Double elimination, lucky ducky, baby!
Great job, man. Holy cow, you guys are going back and forth. And actually, the first time he reset, did you have the guillotine in there already?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was hard to see that it was actually a submission level guillotine sunk in there. I thought maybe you did.
Well, you know when you get it sunk in so deep, sometimes it's hard to let go.
Right.
That's kind of like, see, I let go with this arm, but we know the blood pressure was pumping, and so it's kind of like kind of stuck.
Right.
The guy was like,
let go.
And I was like,
I'm
kind of hung up, bro.
Gotcha. But it's kind of ironic that that's kind of what happened here. Got him in the guillotine. Now, did you have it when he was out the window yet? Because I looked like it was a funky angle.
It was close.
Yeah.
But when we fell, it's kind of like how I lost. You know, we hit the floor, and it made it get that much deeper. Yeah. So, all you do is trying to get out of the freaking.
Good job.
Oh! I said if I won, I wasn't going to cuss.
Yes. Good job. That's awesome.
But you know, I was so excited I had a brain fart.
So you're saying you're going to tell some people if they're in a.
Oh. If you're going, if they got the submission, you're trying to jump out to get out of it. I mean, in certain situations,
it's better not to.
It's better not to. I mean,
because that got it deeper.
I mean, that's the way I feel. I mean, I gave it deeper, and I didn't want to finish this, but
anybody you want to give a shout out to?
JT freaking came out at me right there. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been helping me. The beautiful lady over here, you know, asked her to marry me a while back, and she said yes. So.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wait. Let's shift the camera over there. Put her on the spot. Awesome. What's her name?
Her name is Rihanna Drain now.
Yeah, awesome. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
She's here for your support.
Yep, all the way.
Well, great. Well, you gotta catch your breath a little bit, brother. That was a tough one, but you did it.
It was a good match.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, he's a tough dude. I mean,
he's powerful. Yeah.
You got one more to go, or?
No, he's done. You got one more.
See you next round. The next event.
All right, brother. Well, go recover. We'll see you again. Wes Drain, your winner.
Ready to power through your day with clean, refreshing energy? Try Lucky Energy. Crafted with natural flavors, zero sugar, and absolutely no aftertaste, Lucky Energy gives you the boost you need without the extras you don't. No crash, no compromise, just pure energy to fuel your hustle. Whether you're chasing goals or just keeping up, Lucky Energy is your perfect partner. right, the second round is underway. It is currently 84 degrees inside the car. Oh, he goes to the back seat, and just in that nick of time, Rodrigo Contreras slips himself out, and he's now on top. It's a tough, tough day at the office for the Mexicutioner. Oh my gosh, is he gonna get this choke? The Mexicutioner with everything he's got. Oh, and he gets the 2! And the Mexicutioner wins the match!
Ready for our next epic match. We have Rodrigo Contreras. We have David Glassburner, both ready to go. David, I'm going to have you hold the mic. I want you to call it in the air. Heads, tails, go ahead.
Heads.
Heads, and it is heads. So, Rodrigo, where would you like to go first?
Driver.
Driver's seat?
Yeah.
All right, get in there and check it out, brother. Okay. All right, David. So, you got in the car for the first time, got to battle a little bit. How you feeling?
I'm feeling a little sore. First time being in there, completely different from what I thought it was going to be. Right. But I did have a great time in there. I got a lot of stuff from kind of ideas that I might implement in this next match, but don't know yet. All depends on how it goes, but just letting the cogs turn, try to make things happen.
Okay, so a little sore, but nothing too concerning?
No, nothing too concerning.
I think if you probably aren't a little sore after the first match, it's kind of weird because you're in there going at it with another guy as hard as you can, hitting things in there.
It's a completely different element as well. I'm used to the mats. This is completely, I wasn't expecting things to be the way they are, completely different positions than I'm used to being in. So it was just a whole game changer. Excited though.
And you have had some time to kind of process that and the differences, and you're feeling a little bit better about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Nothing you want to share with anybody though?
No, not right now.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk afterwards.
Maybe.
All right, bud. Get in there. Good luck.
Thanks, sir.
Rodrigo. All right. How are you feeling, man?
Feeling good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Are you sore at all?
A little bit. My neck.
Your neck?
Yeah.
Okay. And you had some seatbelt too. Woo, look at that. Can you see that? Yeah, but that's not. Is it the seatbelt that you're hurting from, or from cranks? Was it
both?
Both.
Yeah.
Which is worse?
Crank.
Cranks?
Yeah.
Okay. So your back's against the wall, right? It's a double elimination. You got one loss, but so what are you gonna do to not get any injuries in there?
I don't know, top, I guess. I mean,
get on top quicker
because when you got a tournament, and we gotta keep it going. So
yeah. So you think you're gonna try to get on top a little bit quicker? Is that what you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. See what happens,
He's very convinced. That's what he's going to do. All right. Whatever you do, man, good luck to you. Let's get in there and do it.
All right, I've been waiting for this match. This is an exciting match. We've got Big Dan, Dave Glassburner versus the Mexicutioner, Rodrigo Contreras.
Show your hands.
Hands back on the lap.
Hands on the lap.
And we're off. Rodrigo in the driver's seat. Goes right to the monster clinch. This is all of Rodrigo's matches pretty much start with Rodrigo with a Muay Thai clinch. Knees and elbows are illegal at CarJitsu, so typically we move on from there, and that's when Rodrigo goes to this position. Now, some of the best faces in the business, Rodrigo Contreras, whether he's winning or losing, he's got incredible facial expressions, so keep your eyes peeled. But he's also a brawler, and Rodrigo Contreras is always in the match. For example, here, we've got a completely inverted Big Dan. Big Dan is sideways in the car, being supported only by the Mexicutioner's big toe. And now Big Dan is choking the Executioner with his forearm. This may be the end of the first round. Listen to the breathing of the Executioner. He sounds like Darth Vader. Look at that.
Grabbing the rash guard. Let go.
The Executioner's grabbing the rash guard, doing everything he can to try to survive. Look at his big toe. It is a wrap very soon. Dan's going to adjust. Now Dan's just going to go ahead and block his mouth and his face with his bicep. Big Dan making it happen here. Dave Glassburner.
Good job, fellas. Great fight.
Okay, now it's just absolutely amazing sometimes how resilient Rodrigo Contreras can be. He should have died there in that last exchange, and here he is, still existing. He's not making a lot of offensive moves, but he's got a minute and 12 before this round is a stalemate, and I think that's his goal. He's got both of his elbows in as tight as he can. Dave Glassburner cheesing for the camera here, but very, very dominant in the driver's seat. He's going to try that bread cutter choke again. Oh, my God, look at the skin on the back of the Mexican. Looks like a pack of hot dogs. The Executioner just trying to survive. He's got 40 seconds left, and he is just getting mollywopped by Big Dan. Dave Glassburner just pressuring in. He's almost got the tap. He's just trying some meathead stuff here. He's turning it into a brawl. He's turning it into a fight, and Rodrigo is trying everything he can to get through this last 15 seconds. He's honking the horn. No one's coming. Oh, this is unbelievable. He's such a tough guy, but unfortunately, this is going to make round two a difficult proposition for him. Time. And I think we should give that up. Rodrigo Contreras just takes an absolute waffling and stays in the fight. This is the beginning of the losers bracket quarterfinal at CarJitsu Championship. This is our Grand Prix. And tonight we will crown the new #1 contender in this double elimination spectacular on ice.
I got some ball in my...
Okay, so the Executioner says that something's happening to his bicep here. He's gonna pull it out here and show us a little nipple action for the ladies. Okay, this is going to be the end of the fight. The Executioner has torn his bicep, and that's going to be the end of the fight. Now you can see here the Executioner is just realizing he's got a debilitating injury here, and he's going to deal with a lot of emotions here. But this is going to be the end of the tournament for the Executioner, unfortunately, and that means Big Dan, Dave Glassburner, just won the lottery, and we'll move on. Let's just enjoy this moment, fans. All the best for Rodrigo Contreras. That's going to end his season. He's going to be absolutely. He's going to be injured enough to take some time off.
Okay.
All right, and they're going to give this man a banana. Of course. All right, well, that fight went exactly as I thought. So we're going to have our host, Dallin Getling, step into the madness. Let's listen in.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How's that feel?
Oh, it feels good.
So that was an odd way to win, though, huh?
That was an odd way to win.
I'm not even sure what was going on. We thought maybe torn bicep at first, but no. But that cramp. But that was like that's the craziest
gnarly
cramp I've ever seen. If that's what it was.
Oh, if it was, I don't know. All I know is he was fighting for his life over here. Yeah. I was having to give it everything. He is one strong guy. Yeah. Very strong. Yeah. Very resilient. But I don't blame him. If that was on my arm as well, like if I saw
right.
Same problem, I would be out as well. Absolutely. He gave it everything he had. I'm surprised
So tell me this. Like I couldn't see perfectly, but what did you? He was kind of gargling a little bit, gasping. What did you have on him? Were you choking him? Or
I was up on his. I was on his shoulder like that, and I was just putting all my weight across his throat. I was trying to do an air choke on him.
Were you blocking the door? I was wondering why you didn't just open the door. Were you blocking the door?
I was still trying to get the choke on, and he kept raising his arm up here. So I was hoping for the slip up and get an arm bar across the window.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But you don't know, I mean, he had access to the door as far as you know?
No, because he was constantly, his head was about right here. He was constantly fighting for his hands. He was using his hands to fight my forearm right there at his throat.
Right.
So he wasn't.
That took everything. He didn't have a limb available to try to open.
And he was taking everything in him to keep my weight because I had all my weight on him.
Right.
So.
And was his head turning a little bit? Were you just on one side?
Yeah. He was able to get it. I was able to get his head turned just a little bit, but like it was a constant back and forth. His neck muscles are even strong. He was fighting back and forth with me on that, so I never fully got it in, but I wasn't going to let up my pressure.
And was that was the arm too? When he was trying to lift his arm up there, you think that's when
it possibly could have been because I was doing a lot of work with it here, and right here. So
gotcha.
At any point in time, it could have been one of them.
Okay.
I did have my arms crossed up underneath while trying to pull forward. So it might have been there. The blade of my arm could have been digging into it like a bicep slicer.
Gotcha.
Anything's possible.
All right. Well, anything's possible, including a win for you and an advancement into the tournament.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So go ahead and catch your breath. We'll see you in a little bit.
Sounds good.
David Glassburner, your winner.
That's
You know how in life little lucky things just happen from time to time? Like when you accidentally find a $20 bill in your mom's purse and your whole outlook on life changes. Or when you think you ate your last potato chip, but then you find one just waiting under the couch. Our sponsor, Lucky Energy, is like those happy little accidents. Why is it called Lucky Energy? Pretty simple. The founder survived a plane crash that killed 136 people, including his father. He's probably one of the luckiest people on earth. We are lucky to have Lucky as tonight's sponsor.
To the lap. Hajime.
And we're off. Just like that, Lago is out of the seatbelt, and it looks like Lago is trying the seatbelt around the throat. He's got dogfight position here. He's looking for some sort of an adjusted guillotine. John Lago slipping himself out of the passenger side window, and he looks like he's wrapping up the neck here. Oh, Lago wrapping up the arm, the left arm here. Lago now trying to wrap up the rear naked. This could be the end of the match. Oh, and he gets the tap, and Lago gets the win.
So we're here with our alternates, and they are just chomping at the bit. They wanted to go. They wanted to compete. Obviously, we did have an injury, but it was at the end of the match. So the winner's bracket actually is done. So John was going to be the alternate for the winner's bracket. Trent Jackson was going to be the alternate for the loser's bracket. And so what we wanted you guys to have another match in there, so it's equal. If you do jump in there, you're not coming in too fresh, right? You've had matches. So the only way to do that is have you guys go at it again. The winner will be the alternate moving forward. Does that make sense? Yep. All right. So, again, John, I'm going to have you call it in the air. So, Trent, hold this mic. Tails, heads, call it.
Heads.
Heads, and it is heads. So, where would you like to go first?
Passenger.
Passenger?
Yep.
Well, get in there and check it out. All right, Trent. So I was very impressed, probably out of anybody, with the attitude. When I talked to you after, you were just still giddy and excited and just happy to have the chance. It was a great energy that you had. Have you been able to keep that this whole time while you're sitting around?
Of course, man. I get the butterflies, of course, but I love the opportunity and the chance to prove myself and show everyone what I've learned this year. Right on. And now you're going to get a chance to show what you learned from your first CarJitsu match. Totally. In fact, you're going against the same guy. Yeah, maybe get a shot at redemption. Right. So I won't ask you to share any secrets or ideas that you might do, but I'll just wish you good luck. Thank you very much. All right, brother. Get in there. Right. John? All right, John, now we did go ahead and have you get in the car. I assume there's maybe just a couple things broken, but it's pretty much the same car.
It's a little worn in. Yeah.
There's been some matches in there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there are a couple things broken, but I think we'll be safe in there. Now, you kind of have to challenge yourself to come up with some motivation. You're competing against the same guy. Mm-hmm. You beat him earlier, but it was a tough match, right? Yeah. So is that an issue, or you're like, no, I realize that I've got a match on my hand?
I don't know, man. We might go 1 for 1, you know? Yeah? Never know.
Okay, well, that's not very convincing. So are you feeling good about it, though?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, well, let's find out. All right. Get in there, brother.
All right, friends, it is time for the rematch. It's Trey Jackson versus John Lago. And, of course, these gentlemen were our alternates for the tournament. They fought each other earlier tonight for the opportunity to be the alternate. And now that we're so far in the bracket, we decided to have them face each other again just to keep it square. And so here we go. This time they know each other's game, and Trent Jackson has just a little bit more experience, but John Lago is going to spring into action here and go for mount right off the bat. But it seems like he may be in a little bit of trouble here. He's got Trent Jackson in the back seat, and he almost had him hogtied here. Somebody's caught in that driver's side shoulder strap. I'm not sure who it is, but Lago has scrambled back to mount, or almost to mount. Just needs to push the knees down here of Jackson. Now, John Lago won the first match and thereby became the alternate for the quarterfinals of the winner's bracket. Trent Jackson became the alternate for the quarterfinals of the loser's bracket. But now that those brackets are past the semifinals, these gentlemen are fighting to see who will be the alternate for the finals of the loser's bracket. With just under 2 minutes remaining, Jonathan Lago has been in a very dominant position for most of the match. But again, this is CarJitsu Championship, and there are no points. You must win by submission. So if there is no submission, there is no winner. Jonathan Lago, 6'3". It's very, very difficult in the back seat for somebody that tall, and that is probably why Trent Jackson wants to be there. Trent Jackson, 4'2" ish. All right, Trent's using an old scuba technique here to get some cold air. It's absolutely brutal. It's 90 degrees inside the car. We just hit 90 degrees, and what that means is now these guys are cooking. All right, now John Lago has freed himself from the driver's side shoulder strap, but now he's diving headfirst into the abdomen of Trent Jackson. You can hear the car popping and cracking. This Toyota Scion has been beaten to death over the last day or so, and it's still holding strong. But these men are testing this car and its resilience, and the car is testing the men. All right, we're going to go right back to that Kimura attempt. Just like in their first match, Trent Jackson had 4 Kimura attempts and then was finished by Kimura out the window by John Lago. And it looks like he's going to defend that again here. Now, John's a big man on top of Trent, and Trent is having a little bit of anxiety here. You can see a little bit of panic. Anytime a guy's got his mouthpiece hanging out the front of his mouth, it's because he's getting claustrophobic or hot. In reality, that severely limits your air. Okay, what we're going to see here is a reset. And probably we're going to start this thing after these guys lollygag for a second and get a big break. But Trent Jackson's having a hard time. He's sucking hind tit here in the back seat. And now we're really going to test his abilities, because now he's got a big 6'3" Jonathan Lago with just a little bit of confidence in the situation. And you can see on the face of Trent Jackson, shit just got real. He's tired. It's hot. And something crazy has happened to that driver's side seat, which looks like it's going to be a little bit of a disadvantage for Lago. He's not complaining, so it seems like they're just going to let the fight start. Oh, that's rough. So the car's disabled to the point where Jonathan Lago is stuck with the seat all the way forward. This is going to be a tough situation. Let's listen in. Okay, Trent Jackson's got the upper hand here, and for some reason, he just stays in his seat. He's going to open up the door here, and oh, this is a bad scene. Trent's losing it, guys, and he really wants the Kimura. Okay, so he was testing it, and the official's not going to let that stand. The policy at CarJitsu Championship is that if you open the door and fall out of the car, we restart immediately in your beginning positions. But if you have an active submission in play, we wait until it's either escaped or the tap. That Kimura was not completely realized just yet. So here's the restart. Okay, another slow start from Trent Jackson, and you can see where John Lago had a real difficult time getting out from behind the steering wheel, but he just kind of good old boyed it, and now we find him over here in the passenger seat in that same Kimura attempt. There's been 3 so far this fight. Now, if Trent Jackson can get the elbow over the door jamb, and if he can get that right hand out the window, then he can just take the right hand, pivot it up to the back of the head, and John will tap. But John knows that he's got to keep his arm against the side of the car, and so that's the fight at this point. It's also legal for John to reach in between and grab his own pants so that he has use of his other arm. And I think that's probably what's happening here. 2 minutes left in the second round. I mean, Trent just put his absolute nutsack into this submission, and now he's just completely committed, pot committed. And if he doesn't get it, he's going to be shoved into the passenger side seat and likely submitted. So Lago just laid the seat back. He wants some more room to work, but he's also going to use the back of the seat there to free himself, and he looks like he's going to try to go to Trent Jackson's back, and this might have worked. He's going to use the back of the seat, the headrest, to pivot himself to the back. He slings himself to the back. Trent Jackson is a gamer. He senses what's happening, and he reaches down and very gingerly strokes the mat below. Matt's been with our company for about 6 months. He's been complaining a lot, but he's very useful in these moments. And of course, if you touch the mat, there's a restart. Okay, this time Trent's a little faster, but Lago has found his way out from behind that steering wheel, and now he's going to attack from the back seat. We've seen this from him before. He's a big, strong guy, but when he's got this seatbelt around your neck and then he pops into the back seat, it's a murder. And so Trent now is fighting for his life. And it's a tough situation to be in. His fingers are now in danger. He's got his fingers inside the seatbelt. There's a chance of what's this? He almost tapped on John's face, but that seatbelt choke just won the match for John Lago. 2-0 here at the CarJitsu Grand Prix tournament, and that means John still is awake and alive and ready for battle if there's an injury. Let's go down to the car.
Congratulations. Got yourself another drink, another medal.
I do, huh? Oh, cool.
All right. So, obviously, that's your second time beating the same guy, but
Yeah.
was it different? How'd you feel about it?
It was different. Fighting in the back seat is definitely a struggle. Both of us just cramped up awkwardly.
Yeah.
Can't really get any openings. So it's just really a strong arm fight.
Right on.
So had to think about being more technical somehow.
Gotcha.
If I wanted to get the advantage.
And then right at the beginning, every time you guys reset or started over, you seem to be able to get the jump on them and kind of get either in mount or in a dominant position. On that last time, you got that seatbelt right away, and that's what you ended up finally actually choking them out with, right?
Yeah. I knew if I wanted to kill him, I'd have to do it quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now you're in a weird position because you don't want to hope for someone to get injured, but that's kind of what your fate is, right?
Yeah.
For you to jump back in there and be able to compete and win the tournament, someone's got to come out. And so obviously you don't hope for that, but we appreciate you being ready for it. And obviously you got your 2 wins. Look good. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yes, man.
Any shout out you want to give to anybody?
Yeah, shout out Grapplers Fight Club. You guys are the best team.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. All right, brother. Well, good job. You're winner once again, John Lago.
Natural, clean, and made for your hustle. Zero sugar, zero aftertaste, all energy. Grab your Lucky Energy today. Big deals on Amazon and at luckybevco.com. Well, friends, there you have it. The second installment of the CarJitsu Championship Grand Prix is in the books, and what an incredible Grand Prix tournament we have seen so far. Congratulations to all of tonight's winners, and to all of the non-winners, best of luck in the losers bracket. Make sure you stay tuned. Next week, right here, you will see the exciting conclusion of the CarJitsu Championship Grand Prix. And for all of us here at Pro League Network, my name is JT Tilley. Thanks for watching.